The town is Avondale, and the boys are back in it for race number 3 of 10 in the 4-wide Sim League as we head to the deserts of Phoenix, Arizona. David Mahan looks to defend his win in the Hooters car. Hemsworth needs redemption after dominating Vegas and coming up just short. Jimmy John here with Jersey Mike as we get ready for race number 3. Now, Vegas last week was a fun one. What happened in Vegas?
Well, I can't tell you that, Jimmy, because what happens in Las Vegas stays in Las Vegas. And quite frankly, I do not remember what happened during that race. I slept about 3 hours the night before. I did a hell of a lot of cocaine right before the race. And it's all a blur to me right now.
Well, cocaine's one hell of a drug, and we are in for one hell of a race at one hell of a racetrack. Phoenix, not necessarily the easiest place to get around.
No, you see a lot of cars coming out of the turns. They get loose. They hit the wall. We're going to see a lot of cautions today, if you ask me.
This is race number 3 out of 6 in the regular season that will set up the playoffs. A lot of important playoff implications. David Mahan with the win last week. He sits at top of the point standings.
Yeah, which, that's a surprise, isn't it? I mean, coming into this season, David Mahan showed little to no relevancy in the exhibition races, getting his car warmed up. Now, a storyline that is prominent is Mohamed Ghazaoui. Mohamed Ghazaoui has run some good races, and he is in second in the playoff standings.
Ghazaoui starting 5th, and as we take a look at qualifying, Bankruptcy, Norris, Bumberdick, Mahan, and Ghazaoui are the top 5.
Yeah, now in number 6, we have Dick McCocklebutter, who we are lucky to have here with us today. Dick McCocklebutter was involved in a scary incident outside of the Hooters in downtown Phoenix, Arizona. He was quite nearly involved in a situation in which he would not have been able to race today and maybe never race again. So we're lucky that we have him here today, and this should be an interesting race. It's a strong top 6. Quandale Dingle Jr. qualified in dead last, which is a shame after the passing of his father. He's disappointing the family name, that is for certain.
Yeah, I was going to say, with Dingle Jr. obviously qualifying last, 17th in the point standings, that has he recovered from it quite yet?
No, I think he's still reeling about the loss of his father, and who wouldn't be? We all are. Quandale Dingle was a hero to a lot of people, and a tragic loss at Daytona, and that's big shoes to fill for Quandale Dingle Jr. I don't think he was ready for this Cup Series.
Lots of stories, probably many just to save for another day with Dingle, but Dingle Jr., he'll be holding down the back of the pack as we see that Pinty's pace car going around this 1-mile racetrack. I'm excited for this one.
Yeah, me too. And, you know, we're locals to the area. We know this track. We know this community, this racing community, and we know that they're excited for today.
Well, the pace car takes that hard left turn onto pit road. Bankruptcy with his first pole of the year. He will lead the field to the green flag, and we are underway here at Phoenix Raceway. Rupsy into turn 1. That's a pretty good lead so far.
Yeah, he got a great start. You know, he's definitely working those gears well. And Jim Beam is falling back into third behind Jay Bumberdick.
The battle is for second now as we watch that number 9 car of Jay Bumberdick racing for second as Bankruptcy takes the lead.
Pay attention coming out of this turn here. Oh, into the wall!
Trouble! Already in lap 1. That is the 78 of David Mahan. Major playoff implications. He was the points leader. Waffle involved as well. What happened there?
Like I said in the beginning, and you heard me, everybody else heard me too. Coming out of these turns, these cars are going to get loose, they're going to hit the wall, and I believe it was Charles Norris who got into the wall, came off, hit David Mahan, caused a caution. Let's get a better look at it here.
That's the first 4-wide caution of the day as they're coming off of turn number 4. And let's see, who gets in the wall? That is that's Jim Beam. That's Charles Norris in the 7 car. As it seems like he got in the wall and David Mahan maybe just a victim there.
Yeah, that's absolutely what it is. He was doing a good piece of driving and couldn't hold a pretty wheel, Charles Norris, in that 7 car.
Waffle nowhere to go as he spins in front of that packed front stretch grandstands. Great crowd here today.
Yeah, look at all the smiling faces out there.
I love to see a nice collage of smiling faces along that front straightaway as we are wrapped up with that first 4-wide caution of the day, ready to go back under the green flag. I think we're going to get that next time by.
Yep, we see it right here. The pace car looks like it's about to come off. And we have Waffle and David Mahan in the back of the pack, respectively. I'm sure they hit pit road on that caution lap. And Bankruptcy still in first.
Bankruptcy holding down the lead as it's going to be interesting to watch David Mahan come back from this. As we mentioned, there's going to be important playoff implications, and it's important to mention this is a big race for Bankruptcy. Currently sits 14th in the point standings outside of the playoffs, so a win today would go a long ways.
Yeah, and you know what we've been saying a lot this season is win and you're in. Okay, you win a race, you are in the playoffs. And that's absolutely the case here with the 4-wide sim league, because there's only 6 races, 10 playoff spots. If you win a race, your odds are good.
Single file restart to resume this race here at Phoenix as Bankruptcy goes through the gears, back under the green flag, but he is under attack by Jay Bumberdick.
Jay Bumberdick, he's fighting hard, and I know Jay Bumberdick wants his playoff spot bad. He has been fighting all season, and there's a lot of unfortunate circumstances that have kept him from ending up in a playoff position.
Battle for third now as McCockelbacher goes to the inside of number 7, Charlie Norris, and that is the biggest battle we have on the racetrack right now as we see some 3-wide, maybe even some 4-wide.
Oh, and they hit the
trouble
wall again!
That is Norris again into the wall. Is there something wrong with him?
I think he's got some issues going on, maybe internally, maybe mentally. And we gotta mention, folks, the 4-wide sim league offers incredible support to those who are struggling. Okay, there are resources for them to access as we go 3-wide.
This 3-wide moment, that is a great point there, Jersey. As let's have a quick moment of silence for those struggling out there. Thank you for that. And remember, an important number to dial if you are going through something is 911.
There is no emergency too small for you or your local first responders to jump in when help is needed.
They are just one phone call away as we take a look at some of the action back in the pack.
They're 3-wide in the back of the pack, and a lot of these guys, they're fighting for laps led or position points, especially because not everybody's going to win a race. There's only going to be 6 winners.
And let's take a look. Who was that in the green car? Got a little squirrely. Got a little squirrely off of turn 4, but holds his position strong.
Yeah, this is a firm lead for Bankruptcy.
Bankruptcy holding strong out front as the battle is for 4th. As that number 84 car, Dick McCockelbacher, he is not giving up.
Yeah. Dick McCockelbacher, he's had a tough season too.
As he gets in the wall, trouble for Dick McCockelbacher. I think he has recollected himself as a bunch of cars have gone around him. A lot of issues exiting turn 4, it seems.
We didn't even get a caution, I don't think. I think they're going to stay green.
They are staying green as McCockelbacher now under fire from the number 69 to Chad Ripshit.
Now, Dick McCockelbacher, he had a great win at Daytona, and that was an impressive piece of driving. We'll see if that crash slows him down at all or if he manages to stay quick.
And is that that looks like it's the 75? Is that the 75 who almost got in the wall there?
The 17 maybe.
17.
Yeah, I don't know. My eyes ain't so good. Not after Vegas. I was snowblind.
Be better at that, please.
You know,
we're trying to be professional here.
The fastest way to get a high from cocaine is through your eyelids. That is the most sensitive orifice on the body.
And speaking of sensitive orifices, another person in the wall there. As and there's trouble on the front straightaway.
Oh, Glue Man is involved, as well as Charles Norris in the Jim Beam car.
Glue Man could not stick his 4 tires up against that track, and I think that will bring out the second 4-wide caution of the day.
Yeah, we're gonna have to get a good look at that because I didn't quite see what happened to the fullest extent. They're gonna finish this lap. Caution car is gonna come out.
And that's our second 4-wide caution of the day, as we have an awesome graphic there. And again, it's turn 4. Actually, the front straightaway, that 7 has gotten into some trouble today.
Yeah, and if you're going to be sponsored by a car, or going to be sponsored by an alcohol, I should say, in your car, you have to remember, if you're going to drink and drive, do it responsibly.
Yeah, remember, folks, when you are 21, that is fully allowed, as we are under caution here. And Glue Man, that's just trouble for him. You know, I read a book on the history of glue the other day. Couldn't put it down.
Did you? Did you? Now, how does that work?
What?
You skimmed it, didn't you?
I did. As the screen goes black, and it is not black anymore. The pace car is back out as we are set to go back under green again as the field goes under the Goodyear Eagle Bridge off of turn number 4. And Bankruptcy, who has led every lap, coming back to green.
Now that's impressive for him because he had a tough week last week in Las Vegas. He flipped, he lost control, and he was taken out of the race. So this race is huge for him. He has everything to prove as a driver in the 4-wide sim league.
And everything to lose as they go into turn number 3. And that number 9 car of Jay Bumberdick has held strong for second, but he's under attack.
Yeah, he is. And is that DB Cooper trying to take second place? Oh, wow. And let's make a mention here.
It could be as he gets in the wall, and there's more trouble. The one
car. Oh, my God, he's hit again.
Clint, Alabama.
This is carnage. This is carnage, folks. That turn has caused nothing but problems here. Oh, and the 75 car of Andy Tate is just obliterated.
And he is limping around slow. You can see there's smoke coming out the back of that as the pace car once again coming out onto the racetrack. Now, I don't think he got caught a lap down there, which is important.
Yes, no, he did not. But if his engine's blown, he's going to go behind the wall. His day is over. Now, let's see this, because he gets hit once, and then he gets hit again. And I'm just surprised it wasn't fatal.
Me too, wow, hard hit for Clint, Alabama there. And take a look at that front end. That is caved in, just like the infrastructure of Alabama.
Yes, that explains a lot about his name. But look at this, and then we have Andy Tate's car gets rocked, and then bam, Lola Havana rocks that car.
But that 75, I think the 75 gets the brunt of it. Let's take a look. 1 hit there, 2 hits there, 3
hits from
maybe
Lola
3 hits
Havana
there.
Must have it out for them.
I think so. I think that definitely was not an accident that they ran into that 75 car there.
No, there's just absolutely no way on this thin track that was an accident. As the pace car is going to come off again, David Mahan's still a lap back. Bankruptcy, about to start first again.
And we're going to go green. Green flag presented by Uranium, a proud sponsor of the first atomic bomb, as we are set to go back under green here at Phoenix.
And as we're going green, we got to talk about Bankruptcy for a minute. Do you think he's getting frustrated with all these cautions? That he keeps getting pulled back to the pack as he's taking off around this track?
Could be. As the green flag goes back out, Bankruptcy takes the lead, and the 24 car now in second. He will be Bankruptcy's next contender and maybe the best one yet.
DB Cooper. Now, the story of DB Cooper is an interesting one. He did jump out of a plane with about $500,000 in cash back in the 70s. Has not been heard from since until today here at Phoenix. And you know who's hearing from him?
Well, Bankruptcy right now.
Hearing
he is hearing right now, and he has a full rearview mirror full of that 24 cars. There's trouble. What the hell is wrong with these guys?
These guys cannot keep a car straight. I don't think they've quite recovered from Vegas yet. And this track, it gets bumpy. It's tight coming out of those turns, and they just can't control themselves. And it's a real shame. But this is if I'm Bankruptcy right now, I'm talking to my spotter and I'm telling him I want out. I want out because I am so frustrated with all of these cautions. I'd rather just not even race at all.
Can't you argue that caution maybe saved him from the attack of that 24 car?
Well, doesn't he still have the 24 car right on his butt?
He could. Let's take a look. Let's see what happens at turn 4 wall.
Oh, and
this time the 17 of Atlas Peabody.
Atlas Peabody is trouble. That guy is nothing but trouble. All he does is give me a hard time.
You?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Me
up
personally.
In the booth.
Yeah, I do not have any love for Atlas Peabody. That driver can respectfully eat my crumb.
Jersey, you going through something?
Yeah, maybe.
I think we need a moment of silence. Thank you for that. That moment of silence brought to you by Zinc. Zinc or swim, you decide. Go to zinc.com today and cast your vote. As we're under caution, let's take a look from that in-car camera. Oh, he almost got through it.
Yeah, he almost got through it, and then Weenus got right into him, and he crammed himself into Weenus' backside.
That Jim Beam car almost drunk driving his way through that crash, but you always get caught.
And the Thomas car both involved there under Fortuna Racing. Both of them involved, and both of them seem to make it out okay, though. Let's see who goes to pit road here, and let's see who finishes this race.
Let's find out. Are we coming down to the end of it? And let's see. It seems like Bankruptcy is no longer in the lead.
That is the first time this race that Bankruptcy has not led a lap, coming under caution, or in general. So we'll see if he can overtake DB Cooper again and win this race because he wants it.
The first lead change of the day brought to you by Titanium. Want a strong resistance? Use Titanium as the pace car comes down off of pit road, and Bankruptcy trying to get the lead back from that number 24 car, DB Cooper. Green flag back in the air.
With Muhammad Ghazawi in third, now we got to talk about that for a second because he always, no matter how bad you want this guy to go away, is always running at the front of the pack. Now, we'll see if he can fight off Jay Bumberdick to keep third place, as we just had Bankruptcy get a little slippery.
Let's see, but Bankruptcy, he's going for the lead, and remember, we got to watch out for that wall. Have they really made it through 2 full laps? I don't think so.
That baffles
and
me.
let's take a look. The 24 car high up into the track. Oh my gosh, is that a dirty move? Because Bankruptcy forced him up the racetrack, and now he's under fire. It's 3 wide for second.
Yeah, I think that there's going to be a good amount of scrutiny there because Bankruptcy did kind of push him up into the wall, but at the same time, if DB Cooper's a good driver, he knows to let up a little bit coming out of that turn and accept second, fight first again.
And now this battle for second is only helping Bankruptcy extend his lead as that 24 car in the wall again. There's issues, and looks like, take a look behind us. I think other cars got into the wall, but everyone stayed collective there.
Yeah, this is unbelievable. That wall has caused nothing but problems, and these drivers' aggressions are unbelievable.
That wall reminds me of my ex-wife. I'll tell you that.
Oh, yeah, because it's blue, right?
Yep, that's it. That's right. Undercooked. And let's take a look here as the field goes through. And the battle right now is for second. It's that number 9 car.
Wall again. That wall has got to be DB Cooper's worst enemy. He has gone into that wall the past 3 laps. He was in first place. He has choked this lead to that wall.
The top 4 have started to spread out, but the back of the pack you could throw under a blanket. It is congested back there.
I guess you could say that wall took everything from DB Cooper like your ex-wife took everything from you.
Yes.
Including the children.
She did, and I don't want to talk about it. As the cars roll through here, me being upset about my ex-wife leaving has nothing to do with this race that's coming down to the end of it. But seems like it's mostly single file. The kind of first long green flag run presented by Potassium. Potassium, don't cramp your style.
And Dick McCocklebud is trying to work his way back up to the front of this pack after that pretty gnarly wreck he was involved in. His car doesn't seem to slow down too much. He hasn't lost too much pep in his step. And anything could happen here in the 4-wide sim league. All it's going to take is, one bozo coming off the wall. Bam! Another caution. We got another restart. Anything could happen. I'm telling you.
Lap 35 of 47 in the books. And Bankruptcy continues to extend that lead as, let's take a look, as the cameraman all over the place today. What's going on with him?
I think the producer had a stroke, and the cameraman had no idea what to do about it.
I think he's getting excited.
I do too. And how could you not be with this great race? And into the wall goes Walker Fuller. This great race here at Phoenix Raceway.
This is getting excited. Exciting.
Yes, I'm getting excited.
You're getting excited. I can hear it in your voice.
And I can feel it in my pants.
Well, I don't know what that was, but that first awkward moment of silence in the broadcast booth is presented by Radon. Get your rat on with Radon.
As they get into the wall again, Atlas Peabody had a hard time staying away from it there. And that's the second time we've seen him go into the wall. It's actually the third. We're seeing a lot of wall action here.
Well, let's take a look. Let's see, when they come by, I think I actually notice it protrudes out a little bit, the wall. Let's take a look and see if our cameras can catch it. Right there. See, right by that caution light, the wall does protrude out a little bit.
Yeah, but they're almost hitting it before that and then hitting that, which is what spins them out.
Shame on the racetrack for doing this, but it seems like drivers have started to understand what it takes, and we've seen a little bit of less wall action. The first half of this race was pretty exciting and action-packed.
Quite frankly, I was sickened and disgusted by the lack of good driving we saw. However, we're seeing some great driving here from Bankruptcy with Chad Ripshit running at the front of the pack. Chad Ripshit, let me give a little tidbit on him, does not get enough credit for how hard he races. There's a lot of races where he leads 99 out of 100 laps and then falls back in the end. He cannot finish. He has a hard time finishing. which is what your ex-wife said to you, which is why she took the kids, the house, and left.
That's right, and good Lord, do I miss her. But I'm not missing any of the action in this race right now. We are coming down to the closing laps, 40 of 47 in the books, as that number 69 car just over a half second behind that number 8. Now, it's important to mention, last weekend in Vegas, the race was given up pretty late into it. Is that running through Bankruptcy's mind right now?
Well, I know Bankruptcy wasn't involved. He was actually watching from pit road because his car did flip. But, that's always got to go through a driver's head. He's got to think, how much time in these next 7 laps is Chad Ripshit going to make up on me? How much time, you can...
1 lap later, the interval did not change.
Okay, so it was the exact same. So you're
Yeah.
telling me that my commentary is essentially worthless.
Basically what I'm saying, yeah.
Okay. So you can see Chad Ripshit is trying to make up this ground, trying to run some better laps. All it's going to take is one hit of the wall to Bankruptcy.
That's right, or a caution to screw everything up.
And leave it to the cautions and the dude who waves the yellow flag to ruin races. I mean, who invented those things?
Yellow flags ruining races since 1969 as we get down to the end of this one. The fans have suffered through the miserable heat as, oh gosh, Bankruptcy gets close to the wall there.
That was a scary one there.
You saw that.
If I'm Bankruptcy, I have a momentary panic right there.
And what do you think about all those folks, Ford Blockbuster in the suites watching the race today, keeping his company name alive right now?
Well, it's about the only thing keeping his company alive, and he's got to be proud of himself because I don't even know. I think there's probably one Blockbuster left in the country, and he's racing for them. I have no idea how they can afford to wrap his car with their brand, but they can, and damn it, they're doing a good job.
The interval, just about a half second. The 69 car did close a little bit, but is it going to be enough?
If you had 10 more laps, I think Chad Ripshit might have a chance at this race, but based on the time we have, I would say it is not looking good.
That number 8 Pontiac, that blue car out in front as tense moments to finish this one out here in Phoenix. The interval just about the same, 44 of 47 laps. As we get down to the closing moments of this race presented by Levi's. Quality never goes out of style, and right now Bankruptcy not going out of style on the track.
No, Bankruptcy has been the Levi's of this race. Consistent and good. Good quality, good racing, and he gets a little loose here, but he's good. He has got it coming out of that turn. And we have 2 to go.
2 laps to go. Crunch time for these drivers, and can Bankruptcy, who was sitting 14th in the standings before this race, a win, what would that do for the playoffs? We've already seen some crazy things happen as we go to the helicopter view. 1 more lap around Phoenix presented by Maxwell House Coffee. Good till the last drop, and Bankruptcy needs that last drop on the racetrack.
Checkered flag is in the air. Bankruptcy just has to lead this lap, and the race is his.
What is going to happen? So much has happened already. Bankruptcy, one of the last-minute additions into this league. His team owner, his sponsors. What a win would mean for them as he comes out of the final turn. He's got to stay out of the wall as he rides a little bit high, but he's going to do it. Checkered flag for Bankruptcy. He's going to win at Phoenix.
And what an unbelievable race for him as that checkered flag waves with that little 64-bit man. What a race as these drivers come finish line, and Bankruptcy is going to go to victory lane.
He is going to victory lane. Winning moments presented by Tin. Tin, it's what food comes in.
That's incredible. And we got to thank the periodic table of elements for being such loyal sponsors to us throughout this race. And let's get a view on the in-car cam of Bankruptcy. He's celebrating with his team, his crew chief, his spotter. He's excited.
He is excited as he didn't get through this race unscathed. He had a little bit of a battle for the lead. You saw some donuts on the right side of that car. But Bankruptcy, with an average speed of 87.64 miles an hour, comes with the win. Chad Ripshit in second, Bumper Dick in third, Quaddell Jr. in fourth, and Cooper rounds out the top 5.
Yeah, that's such a different top 5 than we saw coming in, isn't it? I mean, look at that. 4 cars retired in this race.
Including David Mahan, the point leader.
David Mahan, yes, the point leader did not finish in this race, so we'll see if he can turn it around for next week.
We are going to Pocono, the tricky triangle. It was a fun one this weekend, and we're just going to get back into it. Thank you so much for watching the 4 Wide Racing Sim League.